YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video, back with another installment of Speculation Saturday. So I have a pretty cool one for you guys today. I actually have 4 Funko Pops I'm going to suggest and 1 comic book. So let's get right into those picks and see what I got. Here we go. Alright guys, before we get into these picks, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm, helps grow this channel, so I would appreciate it if you don't mind hitting that like button down below. And if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well for your updates on my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So what I like to do in this segment every Saturday is I like to pick some Funko Pops, comic books, Pokemon cards, whatever it may be, that I think will go up in value over time, and you know, just think they're a good value right now and have potential to grow in the future. So like I said, I have 4 Pops I'm going to suggest and 1 comic book. I know most people aren't into the comic books, so I'm going to start off with that one. It kind of coincides with one of the picks I did previously for the Funko Pops, and just something I thought I'd put on you guys' radar. I picked up one, I might pick up some more later on, just because they're really cheap right now, and I think they might have some potential to, you know, be something a little bit more than cheap later down the line, and that's Animaniacs #1. So this is the first appearance of the Animaniacs in comic books. So most people don't really feel the animation comic books, you know, in the comic book community, I should say, but they are starting to gravitate to getting some of the 80s comic books like Thundercats, G.I. Joe, and a couple other like animated properties and, you know, toy properties from the 80s are starting to spike up in value. I can see that happening with the 90s next. It's only makes sense. Things kind of go by decade by decade, and the 80s are getting love now. The 90s is definitely going to be next. And you know, you guys have already know I suggested the Animaniacs Pops and Pinky and the Brain before, and they've gone up in value just because there's a new Hulu show coming out that looks extremely good for the Animaniacs. So I strongly suggest you guys pick one of these up. Again, on eBay, it might cost you like $5 to $10. It's not going to cost you too much money at all. And what can you go wrong with getting a cool comic book like that? If you're an animation fan or Animaniacs fan, $5–10. You know, maybe later down the line it's a $50 to $100 book we're talking about in good condition. Who knows? I just think it's a good thing to get in your collection. Something I'm going to suggest for you guys, just because it's such a cheap book right now, and the way things are trending with people getting into more of the animated stuff and caring at least a little bit more about it in the comic book community, and with Hulu getting this new show out and getting out to a new audience, I think this is something you might be wanting to pick up. So first pick I have for you guys today is Animaniacs #1. It is the Christmas special, and it's the first appearance of the Animaniacs. Alright guys, so keeping with the same trend of 90s stuff, I think that's going to be what's going to be next as far as like the hot stuff. A lot of the kids nowadays don't know about a lot of it, and we in my generation always talk about how it's the best time for animation, and I think they're starting to reboot a lot of the stuff, and this pop right here they're making a reboot of as well, and that is Arnold. Hey Arnold. So this is Arnold Shortman. I'm surprised that Funko actually gave his last name back there. They never really did clarify that was his last name, but in like the movie or whatever, they did kind of hint at that is Arnold's last name, Shortman. So very, very cool pop. He's actually now vaulted, and him and Helga are vaulted, but obviously if you're gonna pick one or the other, you're gonna pick Arnold. I don't think you can go wrong picking Helga either, but both of them are extremely cheap at the moment. I think Arnold's only going for about $10 as well, so very, very easy to get. I don't know how many they made of these, but there's definitely a huge following for Hey Arnold, and they're rebooting it. I think there's gonna be a Netflix show of Hey Arnold coming out soon, and definitely one I think you guys should get to add to your collection. Hey Arnold might be my favorite Nickelodeon show, maybe other than Invader Zim and Last Airbender, but it's good today. If you watch it as an adult, you'll still enjoy it, and I think the reboot's gonna be good as well. So Arnold, Hey Arnold's a pop I strongly suggest you get in your collection. Again, the first 2 picks I'm giving you guys today are extremely cheap, extremely affordable, and that's what I like to try to do on this channel, is give you things with potential that's, you know, they're either cheap or highly undervalued, and I think Arnold has a lot of potential. It's a $10 pop now. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, this time next year we're talking about being a $30 pop, especially since it's vaulted now, and you know, from there the sky's the limit. So there you go. Arnold Shortman is the first pop I'm going to suggest for you guys today. Alright guys, so this is actually another 90s animation show that I'm going to suggest for the second pop. I didn't even think about it when I made this video. It looks like it's going to be a 90s theme today, but that works out. You know, 90s kids, we love that stuff. So next pop I'm suggesting is actually two pops, and I don't have either one, but I have something from that show that I want to show you guys. And that pop, the pops are going to be Kyle and Stan from South Park. So why Kyle and Stan? So I actually have Cartman right here. The original Cartman, they had him in his police officer costume. South Park pops, the whole line, I think are the most undervalued pops that Funko's ever made. It's one of the most popular shows ever, and none of the pops cost any money at all. I think maybe the Cartman Clyde Frog, which I have over there, might be like 30 bucks, and maybe the Coon Cartman costume one might be 30 bucks too, but those are both exclusives and really old, but none of the regular ones have ever gone above like 10 bucks. And I think that time's is about to change. So don't buy Cartman. This is why I put them out here. I think they made a whole lot of Cartmans. This one, the Clyde Frog one, is restocked a couple times. The Coon one, I don't think it's restocked because it was a con exclusive. But Cartman in general, I'm a Little Piggy one too. They made a lot of them. So I don't know how the numbers shake out, and they're not vaulted. So if you want them, I strongly suggest you get them because they're still very cheap, and maybe if they get vaulted, they go up later down the line. But Stan and Kyle are vaulted, and there's not that many I think they would have made of Stan and Kyle, just because they're not as popular as Cartman. So now that they're vaulted, they're only about 10 bucks still, and I can see those being you know, $30, $40 pops later down the line, just because South Park is so popular and it's still going on and still has that popularity today. I have no idea why these pops are not more money, and you know, it's just like I said, it's such a popular show. They're cheap. What do you have to lose? I would definitely pick those two up. Butters is also vaulted, and Ike is vaulted too, but I don't think Ike for sure doesn't have the same kind of popularity as the other characters. And Butters, I don't know if people really feeling Butters enough that it's going to become a grail one day. But Stan and Kyle, I definitely think have potential to be that. And strongly suggest you get in your collection. I think Kenny's also available. They're probably going to make a whole lot of Kenny and Cartman just because they're the two most popular characters. So just my thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if I'm off base on that one. But I think Stan and Kyle definitely have huge potential moving forward to becoming grails. So next two pops, Stan and Kyle from South Park. Alright guys, so the final pop I have today actually comes from a suggestion from the homie What's Poppin'. Check her out. Me and her have done a whole lot of collabs in the past, and she hit me up with this suggestion that I thought was really good. It's one I thought about. I have a list of things I have to pick for Speculation Saturdays, and I'm not really too sure about it, but she kind of reassured me and gave me some more info, and I think this is a really good pick for you guys. So give her a good shout out and a thank you for this one, and that pop is Blade. So Blade is one of my more iconic Marvel characters of all time. A lot of people have you know, loved Blade. He had a movie back in the day, or series, with Wesley Snipes, and Blade is coming back. So they're actually going to make another Blade movie, and I think there might be a show as well that he's going to appear in. And I think Blade has a lot of potential moving forward. There's only one pop-up right now, it's the PX exclusive one, and moving forward, I think Blade is going to take off and become one of the more popular Marvel characters, especially if he enters into the MCU. Now, the kids are starting to know who Blade is as well, because Blade has actually became a playable character in Fortnite. So I think all things considered, I think Blade's gonna get more and more popular. Marvel's always looking for one of those old characters that they haven't really utilized as much, like, you know, Luke Cage recently and things like that. They're gonna try to push the audiences. So if Blade's movie ends up being good, it's a strong pick. I definitely think, excuse me, that's one you want to get in your collection. He's only going for about 28 bucks, It is a PX exclusive, so there might be a decent amount of them out there, but it is vaulted, so the production on that one did stop years ago, and Blade's definitely one you want to get in your collection. I don't see it out in the stores or anything like that, so it's going to be one you're going to have to get online, and I think the supply out there is definitely going to be lower than demand. So Blade is definitely a pop you should get before it's too late. If he enters the Marvel Universe, that pop, or when he enters the Marvel Universe, because there already is a movie in production, that pop's going to skyrocket. I can definitely see that being a grail in the future. So strongly suggest you guys pick that one up. Give a thank you to What's Poppin', and Blade is my last suggestion for you guys today. So let me know what you guys thought about these pops. All of them are pretty obtainable. Blade might be the most expensive one. He's like 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. So all things I think you guys can pick up and add to your collection, and all things that I think have great potential moving forward. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What pops you guys think you know, will go up in the future on this list. If there's something that you guys think will go up in the future, drop down in the comment section below. And if I feel like I agree with you, I'll definitely mention that pop and give you a shout out as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe button if you're new, and check me out on Instagram at ThePopSavage so you can stay connected there too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And until the next time, I'll see you later.